Hello and welcome to this new episode of the Eigen Values podcast. This is an audio version of the Eigen Values Substack that can be found at davidturver.substack.com. This time we cover the National Grid ESO's response to the government's request for assistance to work out how to deliver a net zero grid by 2030. If you enjoy this podcast, please like, share and subscribe to receive more content. Fintan Slyly moves the goalposts. 2 weeks ago, Energy Secretary Ed Miliband and his head of mission control, Chris Stark, wrote a public letter to Fintan Sly of the National Grid ESO asking for practical advice on how to deliver a clean power grid by 2030. The letter asked Sly to set out a range of pathways to enable a decarbonised power system by 2030. For each pathway, they asked for the forecast energy generation and demand mix and the underlying assumptions that need to be met for these to be deliverable. They also asked for the key requirements for the transmission network and interconnectors and for a high-level assessment of the costs, benefits, opportunities, challenges and risks, as well as the key actions to be taken by the government, the National Energy System Operator, now called NESO, Ofgem and industry to enable delivery of the pathways. Last week, Fintan Sly took to Twitter and X to announce his initial response. Strangely, Sly's letter is not addressed to Miliband or to Stark, but takes the form of an open letter to industry. The letter starts off with warm words announcing the formation of a cross-cutting delivery unit that will report back to government by the end of autumn 2024, which is less than 3 months away. They say their plan will be a whole systems spatial review of what is required to deliver a clean, secure, operable electricity system by 2030. The plan will consider possible clean energy generation mixes and their associated network, market and operability requirements referred to as pathways. That sounds good as far as it goes. However, the letter then goes on to say that all pathways will meet clean power in 2030 against a definition to be agreed with the UK government. In other words, there's no agreed definition of what a zero carbon grid by 2030 actually means. They do not know what the target is. It seems that Miliband and Labour have set the country on a journey without properly defining the destination. Sly's letter then states that ESO recognises that accelerating the decarbonisation of the electricity system presents a significant opportunity. To capture this opportunity, they will engage with industry and those with wider expertise through two stakeholder forums aimed at industry and what they call societal delivery partners. Those societal delivery partners sound quite ominous. Are they going to bring out the nudge unit to shame us all into compliance? Even more worrying is what Sly's letter misses out. As we mentioned earlier, he was asked to provide a high-level assessment of the costs, benefits, opportunities, challenges and risks of delivering a net zero grid by 2030. Sly's letter makes no mention of costs, benefits or risks. He's only focused on the opportunity. In other words, Fintan has slyly moved the goalposts. The work of NGSO will not inform the government or the public about the costs and risks of delivering the as yet undefined net zero grid by 2030. Fintan Sly is ducking his responsibility and we're going to be shortchanged again. Thank you for listening to this short podcast. Please like, share and subscribe to this channel to receive more content or sign up at davidturver.substack.com.